everybody, it's Chris Eads, and online is Wootini, here with another Gay Gamer video podcast for you. This week I went to the movies and I saw Baby's first A24 picture. I saw The Legend of Ochi, which is a very odd film. There were so many kids in the audience. I was like, why is this movie theater so full, and why are there so many kids? Like, the row where I normally would have liked to have sat was literally completely filled up with a bunch of preteen girls, clearly on some kind of like birthday party thing. It was also hilarious because like 3/4 of the way through the movie, I think one of them decided they were going to go to the bathroom, and somebody else was like, I'll go with you. And like then another and another, and like literally the entire row got up and left. They were behind me, thank goodness. And like the entire row went to the bathroom at the same time. I was like, okay. And I thought they must not be enjoying this movie. But then they all applauded at the end, so I don't know what was going on. I get it. It is sort of a kid's movie. The basic premise is there's this preteen girl named Yuri who lives in this, it's called Carpathia. But it's not really Carpathia. It's an island in the Black Sea. It's all like vaguely Eastern European sort of milieu. And Willem Dafoe is her father, and Finn Wolfhard is her adopted brother, and they're miserable, and the community on this island is threatened by these monsters called Ochi that live up in the mountains. And Willem Dafoe has decided he's going to like kill them and protect the humans, and he has a bunch of like preteen boys who are like his army. And it's very weird. But Yuri comes across an injured baby Ochi from one of their hunting expeditions. They injured it. And she feels bad for it, takes care of it, and decides, I'm going to get you home to your family. And this leads to a whole adventure. And it's crazy because I saw some little kids in the audience in the beginning where they're hunting the Ochi in the dark at night. It's like the Ochi are kind of scary, and like the whole thing is really like violent and crazy and scary. And I'm like, I hope kids weren't traumatized by this, but whatever. It's your kid, you brought him, your problem now. But on this adventure, crazy stuff happens. It's weird. It's a very weird movie. Like, you have, like, Willem Dafoe and Emily Mortimer, so it feels like a foreign film that should be, like, in Icelandic with English subtitles, but you have, like, Willem Dafoe and Emily Mortimer and whatever, and it's in English, but, like, the world that they're in is this weird quasi-Eastern European world that's all fictional and stuff, and it's just, like, it's a very artsy film. It's not, like, like I said, I found it very weird that there were all these kids in the audience. I'm like, this is a weird ass movie. It's very European. It's very odd. And it's not a traditional, like, it looks like it's going to be like a Steven Spielberg kind of E.T. thing, but it is not. It's very weird, and it's awkward and strange, and the pacing is very European. It's like everything about it is like a foreign film. So it's just strange. But I will say that I did like it. I didn't love it, but I liked it. And a lot of that had to do with the fact that the Ochi are real. Like, they're not CGI. I mean, obviously there's a couple of shots here and there, I'm sure. There's one scene where it's like leaping through treetops, and I'm like, well, that's CGI, clearly. But the actual baby Ochi that she takes care of and puts in her backpack and then clings to her shoulder, it's a puppet. So it actually has real fur, and when she pets it, she can touch it, and it's tactile, and it's real, and it's amazing. I think all hail practical effects is all I have to say, because it helps make it more real. Like, if it had all been CGI, sure, it would have looked super realistic and it would have moved super realistic, but the interaction with the human characters would have been weird, and it would not have looked as real. So here, having it be an actual puppet, and I think the adult Ochis are men in suits, it just feels more real. and it helps, really sell the idea. It doesn't quite land the big emotional ending. I did get like, aw, but it wasn't like, whoa, which is what I think they were going for. But yeah, no, I enjoyed it, and yay for practical effects. It's funny, it's enjoyable. She has a nice little adventure, and the baby Ochi is adorable, and I would love a little plush of that. I just think it's an odd duck, and I'm not sure how it even got made in the first place because it's such an odd premise and execution. I'd say wait for streaming, but it's A24, which doesn't tend to stream places, but maybe it'll show up on Hulu at some point in the future. I don't know. As for games, I have continued to be relying on my peaceful games. I played some Nikki at the beginning of the week because, like I said last episode, I finished the main story and there was still some stuff to do. And it was like, oh, we have to free the prisoners. We forgot about them. It felt like an afterthought, honestly. It's like they added this quest later. But I didn't get to it until the actual time. And then there was like, oh, there's these, Essling outbreaks. Go figure that out. And you have to purify a few locations. And that leads you to a fourth location where you have this cutscene with this woman who's like, oh, there's all these other realms and there's other miracle outfits and stuff to do and whatever. And it's like all this exposition, but it doesn't actually make any sense. I don't really remember it, so it wasn't really helpful. What it did do was it unlocks an entire section of your the Heart of Infinity where you like unlock the different stuff. So like the whole upper section now is open, and there's like a whole other miracle outfit that you can like unlock. So it was like, okay, I guess. And then after that, it's just sort of like just the random side quests. There's nothing else really to do, I guess, except to unlock more of the Heart of Infinity. And in doing so, yesterday, I actually got to the point where I was able to unlock, because I had to unlock a bunch of other stuff first, and then I was able to unlock the pieces of this Silver Gale miracle outfit that I'm just like, okay, I don't know, like, I'm supposed to craft all the pieces of that now, but I don't know why. I don't know what I'll get when I do it. I'm assuming if I craft it, maybe it'll unlock a new storyline quest or something, but they haven't said, the game didn't tell me any of this, so like I'm just sort of like, I guess I'll craft it when I craft it, I suppose. It's just sort of like, I don't know. Like, it's weird. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do, and the game isn't telling me. So there's no real motivation to do it. So I'm just sort of like, okay, now I can take a step back. I don't need to play Nikki all the time. It's fine. Which is good, because next week there's a big new update coming with, like, this new area to explore and, like, a new storyline quest to do. They're saying it's a major new update, but I don't know if it's going to be... I mean, I'm assuming the storyline quest is going to be the same short little nonsense that the others have been. But this one is kind of major because it's adding multiplayer, which I am like, no thank you. I like to play my games by myself. Solitary adventure. Because the thing is like, the impression I'm getting from the trailer is that you play multiplayer and you can explore this new area, the Sea of Stars, together. And there's like special multiplayer like levels that you can play, like platforming levels that you can play with another character, and you like help each other through it or whatever. You're not actually exploring Mirrorland with each other, which is, I think, what you'd want to do. Because then you could be like, oh, did you get this chest? Come over here. I'll show you where the chest is. That would be helpful. But I certainly do not want to be playing Infinity Nikki and having all these like phantom Nikkis running around with little names over their heads, like an MMORPG. RPG. I don't want that. That would be horrific and ruin the game, and I would stop playing. So, but it was nice to be able to ease back on Nikki, knowing that I'm going to have to ramp it back up again when the new update comes next week. But it was nice to be able to ease back, because then I was able to focus on Disney, which had an update this week. They added Alice in Wonderland, which is, you know, cool. I love my old school Disney cartoon characters. None of this, you know, I'm much more interested to see people like Alice than, you know, people like, you know, the Pixar characters and stuff, the modern stuff. Like, I don't care about Inside Out. I want Alice in Wonderland. That's much more fun for me as a elderly person. So basically you have to unlock Wonderland, which was perfectly fine because I have so much Dreamlight that I don't spend it on, and I'm just collecting it and it's just sitting there. So I was like, yes, I don't even care how much it is. I clearly have all of the Dreamlight needed. Go ahead and open it up. And then you have to like explore like the forest and talk to the Cheshire Cat and find your way through a whole kind of thing so that you can get to the Queen's Castle to find Alice. And there you have to go through like the hedge maze, and there's a little bit of like stealth because you have to avoid the playing card guards, but it's super easy, so it was fine. And then it wouldn't be Alice in Wonderland if you didn't have to shrink down in order to, you know, do some of your mission. So that was cute. And I also appreciate that after you finish that, then you can invite Alice back to the valley. You build her house, and then she's like, hey, here I am. And what I love is that sometimes when she's walking around, she just randomly shrinks down to tiny Alice, and you'll see tiny Alice wandering around the valley, which is adorable. You also get the Cheshire Cat, but I have not yet gotten him fully into the valley. I invited him, and he's clearly here, but he's just doing weird stuff. He's not actually there yet properly. He's just kind of taunting everyone with little weird, creepy magic things that the Cheshire Cat does. So I don't want to look up how to finish that because I want to just explore it. Because I suddenly came across some evidence of him being in the valley and at the store, and I was like, oh, that's fun. So I kind of want to stumble across it again, you know, and then eventually I'll get the Cheshire Cat here, fine. But I'm also very busy doing a lot of random stuff to complete the Star Path duties for the new Garden of Whimsy Star Path. So that'll keep me busy for a few more weeks. And in doing so, I also last week I got Aladdin and Jasmine up to, I maxed out their friendship, and just yesterday I decided I was going to do Aladdin's final friendship quest, which ended with him opening a gem stall in the valley. Yay, that might come in handy to buy gems instead of looking for them. But to do it, you had to put like all kinds of Agrippa Marketplace crap all over. And I'm just like, this is cluttered and annoying and ridiculous. So after I did it and put out everything I had to do to finish the quest, I immediately went in and was like, nope. And I left like a couple of baskets next to his stall, and that was it. I was like, you're good now. The valley is small. Real estate is prime. You can't just throw crap everywhere. It just gets very cluttered. So I'm going to be spending a lot of time doing the Star Path now, and then of course next week's the Infinity Nikki update, and we'll see how much time that sucks up. So I'm just going to make a prediction that next episode, I'm going to talk a lot about the Infinity Nikki update, and then I won't talk about Star Path because it won't be that interesting, but I'll still be just basically playing those two games. Which is a shame because just before I go, everyone's raving about Clair Obscura Expedition 33, and I'm totally into it. I love the idea of it and everything. I just don't have time to play it right now, but it's on my list. Now that I have an Xbox, I can play it, and that's totally great because I'm like, great, Xbox exclusive. I will play that eventually when I have the time. And of course, there's also a lot of people who are all excited that Bethesda's like, oh, hey, guess what? We're working on a remaster of Oblivion. And guess what? It's out now. So a lot of people are playing Oblivion again. But I'm not going to be playing Oblivion because after I played the shit out of Morrowind and loved every second of it, I was so excited to play Oblivion. And then Oblivion turned out to be very different, and I did not care for it. Basically, when you're playing Oblivion, the game levels up with you, and then also as part of the main quest, these random Oblivion gates just open up and spew out like all these like really bad high-level enemies. And I just found it really difficult, and it wasn't fun to explore the world because the gates kept opening and throwing enemies at me, and I was just like, stop it. I'm not having any fun. So I did not get very far with Oblivion. And it wasn't until Skyrim where things went back to normal and it was fine again. So thankfully, I will not be tempted to play Oblivion. Yay. But yeah, Expedition 33, I'm like, give me, please, yes. I'm at the point now where there's too many games that I want to play. So what I really need to do is get off my ass and go back to Starfield and finish that so that I can play something else along with Nikki and Disney. Maybe I'll do that for next episode. See you then. Bye!